everyone, I am Dr. Fmge. For those who do not know me, I am an international medical graduate. I passed my Fmge exam in my first attempt with a score of 183. And well, I'm here to help you pass your exam as well. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 30 days preparation plan for Fmge with a 100% successful strategy. And this is going to be a 6-step process. So, well, what are the 6 steps that I'm going to cover in this video is the first one is deciding on the subjects, then deciding on the revisions, deciding on the duration of study, deciding on the breaks, scheduling your timetable, and working on your mental strength. So let's begin with the first one, deciding on the subjects. We have total of 19 subjects, correct? Now, if you have gone through all the 19 subjects thoroughly, at least once, then you can choose all of them. But let's say if you have gone through 12 to 19 subjects, choose the number which you have already finished. So basically, let's say if you have done only 15 subjects, then choose 15 subjects. However, if you have only gone through less than 12 subjects, then bring that number up to 12. So you need to at least have 12 subjects in your hand, in your mind, in your body, in your soul, to score 150 marks. So remember, this is a screening test. This is not a competitive exam that higher you score, better your college is. No, this is a screening test. You just need to score 150 marks out of 300 in order to pass this exam. Passing this exam is more important than scoring a higher number. So remember, you only have 30 days. Okay, so decide accordingly. Now, my emphasis over here in this first step is to do not waste your time learning new subjects. Remove the FOMO of completing all the subjects, because the last month is the time to consolidate your memory. Let's say for those 15 subjects that you have already decided right now. All right, the second thing is deciding on the revisions. So according to me, at least 2 revisions after you have read them once is very essential. How I decide on my revisions is, let's say, by the strength of the subject. So if my PSM is very good, I would just revise it twice. If my surgery is weak, I would like to give it 3 revisions, right? So decide the revisions according to the strength of the subject as well. But the minimum for every subject that you need to decide is at least 2 revisions in these 30 days. So in these 30 days, if you have chosen 15 subjects, if you've chosen 17, 12, 19, whatever the number of your subjects are, you at least have to revise them twice. All right. Now, perfect. Have you decided on your revisions? Awesome. Now is the time to decide on the hours of study. This should be rigorous, people, and this is going to sound very harsh and very hard, but believe me, if you really are serious about this exam, then 16 to 17 hours of your day, giving your day to your studies, is key to passing this exam. Let me break this down for you to make it easier. We have 24 hours in a day. If you give 5 hours to your sleep and 2 to 3 hours to your daily routine activities, for instance, for your bathing, for your meals, and for, talking on phone with your friends or family, it leaves you with 16 to 17 hours of your day. And you have to use those 16 to 17 hours to do a quality study. Believe me, if you do that, no one is going to stop you from passing this exam. Okay. The fourth one is deciding on your breaks. 1 month with that kind of rigorous preparation, well, let's get real. You will get frustrated at some point of time and you will need a break. And well, we all know that the New Year's Eve is coming. You will anyways party on that day. So, well, we have 1 month. Deciding on 2 cheat days is going to be a good deal. So decide on 2 days that you will take a break from studies to recharge yourself. So recharging your body, recharging your mind is very important. No one can monotonously study for that long. So we need to have some breaks, right? So decide those 2 days where you're not going to study. So we all know that that one day is the New Year's Eve and the other New Year's Day, right? So you can decide on one more day beforehand when you are not where you will not be touching your books. Maybe having a good time for yourself, maybe having a good time with your friends or your family. Well, you can also choose this day for a very important event in your life. For example, someone's marriage or someone's birthday, which is very important to you. So in this month, I suggest to avoid each of these things because this is going to waste your time. But if it is that much necessary, then use that cheat day for that day. All right? Okay. The fifth one is, well, now that we have number of subjects, number of revisions, duration of study, and, well, the days that you're going to take the breaks, it is time that you schedule your timetable for the subjects that you need to study on the day. All right? So how can you actually decide, or how can you actually schedule your subjects is, well, we can start with the volatile ones in the beginning and end with the volatile ones in the end, right? Because you're now, so why am I saying that? It is because now you're all pumped up because it is just 30 days left for your Fmge exam, and watching this video, you will be more pumped up with the kind of motivation that I am going to provide you, and I'm already providing you. And you can actually use this energy to put on the boring stuff like, well, microbiology, biochemistry. You need to do these subjects first. The subjects, well, let's say if you want to skip some subjects, the subjects that you can skip can be radiology, anatomy, pharmacology. Why? Because these subjects are going to be covered in other subjects like orthopedics. Surgery will cover your anatomy, your radiology. Internal medicine will cover your pharmacology, not your general pharma. Please read the general pharma because it is very important. Okay, deciding on your schedule and your timetable. Now what you can do is, once you've decided on the subjects, let's say you're starting with the volatile subjects, ending with the volatile subject, take the major and the minor subjects alternatively. Take one major subject and another minor subject. Major, minor. Because completing a minor subject would give you a sense of fulfillment. Well, positive reinforcement, self-appreciation of finishing something. Now, you can use that encouragement to complete, to take on to the other subject. So it is like just in the mind, you know. So once you've completed something, that gives you a positive reinforcement, and now you have more energy to complete the next step, to go to the next step, right? Now, deciding on the time on these subjects would be, what I would suggest is, well, you can give, in the first revision, you can give 1 to 1.5 days of your time in the major subject and half day of your time in the minor subjects, reducing them to 75% of your day in the major subject and perhaps 25% of your time in the minor subject, just completing 2 subjects in 1 day in the second revision. All right. Now, once we have arranging the subjects and deciding on the timeline that you are going to give to these subjects, now it's time to also solve the MCQs. So solving the MCQs and GTs. So how you can do that is solve the MCQs on the same day after completing that subject. 50 MCQs of that particular subjects are more than enough. So after one read. All right. Now give GTs too. GTs, I feel 2 GTs are enough after every revision. So once you have completed your first revision, take the first GT. Once you have completed your second revision, take the second GT. For those people who can get easily disappointed within themselves after taking GTs, I would advise to avoid any GTs 1 week before your exam if it reduces your self-confidence, because you don't want to go to your exam thinking that I know nothing. So it is very important that you believe that you know a lot of stuff. Okay, so don't take that energy to your exam, especially when you're preparing this hard for your exam. Now, okay, so there are two things that I would like to add here. The first one is that, let's say you couldn't complete your subject according to the timeline. Don't get devastated if something you are not, if sometimes you're not able to complete that. You know, we have kept cheat days, so use those cheat days, some hours of your cheat days, to make up with the subject that you have left. And the second thing is, do not take the subject forward for the next day if you know, like, you have already decided to do the next subject. So let's say you were doing surgery, you did 75% of that subject according to the timeline, you're left with 25%, and the next day you have to start with anesthesia. So do not take that 25% to the next day, because this is going to completely ruin the schedule that you have made already for yourself. Start with anesthesia the next day. That 25%, leave it for the cheat days. All right, so give 2 to 3 hours of your time on the cheat day and complete the remaining subject. Okay, and finally, this is my favorite one, and that is all about believing in yourself. Believing that you will pass this exam and giving the discipline that it deserves. You know, it is all about taking the responsibility that you are the only one who can actually make. You passed the exam. I'm sorry. I completed all my video and these lights were not on. But anyways, just to make it more personal, I would like to add one more thing. You will have to be willing to work hard. बिना मेहनत के कुछ नहीं मिलेगा दोस्तों. And once you've decided you're willing to do something, then you will find a way to do it. You will completely be aligned to that energy that you have, that I have to work hard, that I have to study, that I have to wake up on time, that I have to complete this subject, that I have to give this much time to this, that you will be able to do it. Remember, where there's a will, there's always a way. Just to make, okay, text me on my Instagram for anything you need help with. I will be more than happy to help you. My Instagram ID is Dr. Spinach, Dr__SPINACH. And well, if you learned something and liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment, because if you do that, the YouTube actually puts it above on the algorithm and it shows it to more people. And if you really liked it and you think it can help your friends, your colleagues, please share this video with them. Press on that bell icon down there so that you will be notified as soon as I release the next one. Okay, thank you everyone. I really loved making this video. I hope you liked watching it as much as I liked making it, creating it. Thank you. Dr. Spinach signing off.